Welcome to The Explainer. We hear a ton about AI these days, but today we're looking past all that hype. We're going to talk about a tool that's making a real difference in healthcare, like right now, by tackling a massive crisis, Dr. Burnout. So let's start with Dr. Samyukta Malangi and this idea she calls pajama time. And yeah, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's the reality for so many doctors, finishing up all their daily paperwork at home, after the kids are in bed. And this is a huge, huge contributor to provider burnout. And Dr. Malangi is definitely not alone in this. The American Medical Association found that almost half of all doctors in the US show signs of burnout. I mean, think about that. That's a huge number. And this isn't just their problem. It ends up affecting the quality of care for every single one of us. So this all leads to this really strange situation, a paradox, really. On one hand, we're living in this golden age of medicine, right? Drug discovery is accelerating like crazy, but for the actual physicians, it's starting to feel more like a dark age. All that progress is actually contributing to this massive burnout problem.
Okay, so what is causing this? How can a golden age be a dark age? Well, it all comes down to an overwhelming tsunami of new information. Okay, let's just put this in perspective. Back in 1950, all of medical knowledge would double about every 50 years. That seems manageable. But fast forward to 2025, and it's estimated to double every 73 days. Just think about that for a second. 73 days? It's an insane pace. So to keep up with that, a doctor, a specialist, would literally have to spend 9 hours a day just reading. 9 hours. And that's not even everything. That's just the top third of the new research in their field. It's just not possible. No way. All right, so you have this impossible challenge. And that's what led entrepreneur Daniel Nadler to create a solution. He saw this problem and decided to build something called open evidence to try and fix it. Now this thing, open evidence, it's not just another search engine. It's an AI system that's designed to understand the semantic meaning of medical studies. It's acting like a brain extender for doctors, helping them process all this information. But here's the thing. For doctors to actually use a tool like this, they have to trust it. I mean, really, really trust it. So how does this thing work, and how did it get so many doctors on board so fast? It all comes down to trust.
And this brings up probably the most important question, right? Can this thing actually diagnose patients? Is the AI taking over the doctor's job? The answer is a hard no. It's a powerful search tool. That's it. It is not a diagnostic tool. The physician is still the one making all the calls, doing all the critical thinking. This just helps them find information faster. And a huge piece of that trust comes from where it gets its information. Open Evidence built its platform by licensing content directly and ethically from the biggest names in medical journals. The New England Journal of Medicine, JAMA, you name it. So the source material is solid. The business model is actually pretty simple and really smart. They provide free access to all physicians. This gets a ton of people on the platform, right? And then they make their money through advertising. So the incentive is to make the tool as useful as possible so doctors keep coming back. And boy, is it working. Get this, about half of all doctors in America are already signed up, and they're adding something like 65,000 new doctors every single month. That's just explosive growth. Okay, so that's where we are now. But what's really interesting is where this whole thing could be headed. Experts kind of have two different visions for what's next. So vision number one comes from Dr. David Reich at Mount Sinai. He sees the future as being way more personalized. He's talking about an AI that can look at everything, your genetics, your family history, all your records, and help create a care plan that is specific just for you. Then you have Daniel Nadler, the founder of Open Evidence, with a different take. He sees AI as connective tissue. It's not about the AI having the answers itself, but about it acting as a bridge, connecting one doctor with another human expert who does have the answer. It's a really cool, optimistic way to think about it.
Okay, those are two really interesting ideas for tomorrow, but let's bring it back to today. What's the impact this is having on the front lines right now? Well, for Dr. Malangi, it solves two huge problems. First, a lot of the best medical research is stuck behind expensive paywalls. This tool gets past that. And second, finding a very specific piece of information used to be super time-consuming. Now, because it uses natural language, she can just ask a question and get an answer fast. And this really illustrates the main point here. For her, and for literally thousands of other doctors, this smart, efficient tool is, as she puts it, a total game changer.
So, what's the big takeaway? We've seen how this AI is helping tackle that burnout crisis by giving doctors back their time, which leaves us with one last thought to chew on. If AI is giving doctors their time back, what else can it give back to medicine?